Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to the very first session on programming basics. We will start with learning HTML. HTML is the language of web. Okay, every website that you see on internet, it is created using HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. See, the full form is not important, but you should know what does it stand for if you're learning, right? So just note it down. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is just a markup language, which means it is only to show the content, of your website or web application. It doesn't do any complex functionalities like running database queries and manipulating data and a lot of other things. Okay, some things have been added to HTML with HTML5. Developers are actually creating games using HTML5. So it has become really powerful. Okay, but we are going to start to use HTML as a very basic markup language where we will write HTML to show content on our website. All of you know that where do we open website? You are not in front of me, otherwise I would have asked. If you want to open a website, which application on your computer you will use? So let me answer that for you only. So we will use Chrome, right? Yeah, we will use some browser like Microsoft Edge or Safari, Opera, Mozilla Firefox, any browser, right? In order to open any website, we use a browser, right? So browser understands HTML language. Okay, browser understands HTML language. Now whenever we say HTML, another language is accompanied, that is CSS. CSS stands for Cascaded Style Sheets. Let me write it down here. CSS stands for Cascaded Style Sheets. Okay, CSS. So why is CSS accompanied with HTML? Because Cascaded Style Sheets, this language, it only adds styling, it only adds design to your HTML elements. For example, we are talking about a paragraph on your website. Okay, there is one paragraph. Say we see a lot of paragraphs, images on website. So we are talking about paragraph. So if you want the paragraph, say text, to be of a bold font, or you need to change the font of that text, you need to change the background color of that text, you need to add some styling to that text, right? Content, it should remain the same, only the color of that text should change. So we can change that color using another language, that is CSS. So in order to display the content, we will use HTML. Okay, so paragraph will be displayed using HTML. Whatever content is there in that paragraph, it will be displayed using HTML. And whatever design it is having, like colors, fonts, background, width or height, anything about that element, that design thing can be controlled using CSS. So every time we are talking about HTML, CSS comes, right? HTML and CSS we will call. So HTML represents, say, content on website, and CSS, it represents the design or the styling of that content. Okay, so I hope you understood till this point. And the third one we are talking about is JavaScript. JavaScript is very powerful language nowadays because we can create a full-fledged applications using JavaScript, right? So it's fun to learn as well. Why is JavaScript included with HTML, CSS, right? So I will tell you. See, HTML is for content, displaying the content. CSS is for design, and JavaScript is to add interactions to that content, or to manipulate that content real time dynamically. Okay, for example, For example, say you see slideshows on website. So those slideshows usually are created using JavaScript. Okay, all the content in that slideshow, the title, the image, or the description, excerpt, whatever it is, so it comes through HTML. Okay, the design, it comes through CSS, and that movement of the slides, it's coming due to JavaScript. Okay, so JS stands for JavaScript. Hence we learn all these things together. Whenever you are learning HTML, I won't bring in JavaScript. Okay, we won't do that thing together. We will start with HTML, then slowly we will add CSS to it, and then we will add JavaScript. But you should know, like, what is the connection between all these three languages. Okay, so this was a very basic of these three languages. Now we will see, for beginners, how can you start your programming journey with HTML and CSS. Okay, so there is one we can call a simulator on web only. You need not to install any application in order to write code. See, when you will start programming properly in advanced, I won't say advanced, when you will be very well acquainted with these three languages, how to write it, we will go to code editor. There are various code editors available, say Notepad++. See, I will write down some code editors. You can choose any one of these code editors. Notepad++. I am using this Notepad++ since I think 2008. It has been 13 years, right? The second one, which recently I have fell in love with it, and it is Visual Studio Code. This one is a really cool code editor, and I would suggest you go with this. You need to install it on your system. If you're having Windows or if you're having any other operating system, you will find this Visual Studio Code free of cost, so you can download and install, and this code editor will run on your system. Okay, and we can write code in that. The third one is, the code editor is Sublime Editor. Many people use this Sublime Editor as well, and this is also nice. So that's your choice, whatever code editor you like, or if you're already using some code editor, you can definitely write down in comments. Okay, so we can go with the code editor, but we will go later with this. First, we will just use an application which is actually a simulator. So I will tell you a very good application that I use. Go to your browser and open this livewave.com, liveweave.com, livewave.com. Okay, this is see, they have given this title also, HTML, CSS and JavaScript demo, right? So what this is like a code editor, but it is online. You need not to install anything over here. Okay, so here we can write HTML. Here we can write CSS3. This is the icon of HTML5, this 5 thing. Okay, this is the icon of CSS3. The current version of CSS is 3. So this is CSS3, and this is the icon of JavaScript. Okay, so here you will write HTML code, here you will write CSS code, and here you will write JavaScript code. So you need not to have any code editor now while we are starting learning. Slowly we will definitely install one code editor also, and you'll be comfortable with that also. So just forget about code editor for now. We will start writing our code now. Okay, now a basic HTML document, it is having a particular structure. Every time you will write an HTML document, you need to follow this structure. Okay, so let's start writing doc type and HTML. Every time you have to write this. Okay, so don't worry, this represents the type of the document is HTML5. Okay, the second line is, we will start with the HTML tag. Now you will see your HTML document is a collection of various HTML tags. This is called a tag open and tag close. Pay attention how we are closing the tag, this backslash and HTML. Okay, So tag open and tag close. This will be always there in your HTML document. So you need to write it like this, okay? HTML tag open, that means our HTML file or document has started, and here that document has ended, okay? So we open it. Now whatever HTML code will go, it will go inside this, okay? So let's write down the next tag. See, HTML is the collection of tags. So we have to write another tag. Before writing content, we need to open a tag. All the content will go inside some tag. Okay, so we will write a head tag. Okay, this is the tag which actually is not displayed. This is the display, okay? Whatever results are there, we will see the document HTML loading over here, this white section. So whatever you will put in this head tag, it won't be visible here. It won't be visible in your result, but a browser can read head tag, okay? So this head section is specially, for now remember only this, head section is some instructions that we are giving to server as well as browser. This thing the server or browser will read. It won't be displayed on your front end, okay? So this is head, and the second one is body. Body, you can understand, right? Body means whatever content is there, it will go inside this body. So head open, head close, body open, body close. This is the basic structure of any HTML document. Now we will start writing the HTML inside this. So first of all, let's give title to this document. Title, Hello World. Hello World is a very favorite example of programmers. When they start, they write Hello World. So let's also start with that. Okay, so it's kind of fun. We are expressing our excitement that hello world, we are writing this program, okay? So title is Hello World. This title is visible. I will show you where this is the title actually of the document, HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay, I will open this website, strange.com. See, whatever is visible over here, Strange, India's leading digital marketing training and certification, whatever is visible over here, this is called title, okay? This is called title. So our title is Hello World, okay? So that's it. I will write only title in this first HTML file. Everything else we will write inside the body. So let's start with heading. We will write H1. H1 is heading 1. Heading 1 is the most important heading, most valuable thing on your page, okay? You know that websites are read by search engines, right? Search engines like Google or Baidu, Yahoo or Bing, right? These search engines are very important things on internet because people can discover your website. New people will come to your website through search engines, right? This H1 tag, whatever we write in H1, the search engines like Google, they are giving utmost importance to whatever content we are putting in this H1 tag. So this is a very important HTML tag on any page. Remember that by standards, any HTML page should have only one H1 tag. Don't write a lot of H1 tags on a single HTML page, okay? One page, one H1 tag. Remember this, okay? So I will write one H1 tag over here. Hello world. This, or we will write welcome to my website. See, I'm writing here and it is visible over here, okay? So welcome to my website. Now we will go and write another tag. Here we will write a P tag. Paragraph. P stands for paragraph. Paragraph open, paragraph close. This is pure HTML, my friends. Okay, we are writing complete HTML. Paragraph open, paragraph close. I will write something. I am Tejaswini Deshpande. I will be helping you learn HTML, CSS and JavaScript on this channel. Okay, so this is a paragraph. You can see how beautifully it is displayed over here. Okay, we can write another paragraph over here. I will copy this. You can copy this. Okay, Control C, and you can use tab to give indentation. I am working on web development and WordPress development since last 14 years. This is about me I am writing. Okay, so I wrote these 2 lines. I can write more paragraphs, but now we will write another heading. We cannot write H1 now. I told you, 1 page, 1 H1. Okay, so HTML is having 6 heading tags. I will write it down. The 6 heading tags. 6 heading tags in HTML are, the first one is H1. Okay, second one is H2, then H3, H4, H5 and H6. H4, H5 and H6. Okay, so these are the 6 heading tags in HTML language. H1 will be displayed while it is displayed. See, this is huge, right? H2 will be displayed with little bit smaller font than H3, and then finally H6 will be tiny as a paragraph. Okay, but still H6 is a heading, it's not a paragraph. So most of the pages that I have seen on internet, they go till H3 or H4. H5 and H6 I see rarely on pages, but yes, H3, H2, H3 and H4 are frequently used by a lot of websites. So let's go and write H2. I prefer writing hierarchically. Say H1, then I will write H2. Now see, H2 open, H2 close. We will write the heading content inside this H2. Okay, inside this tag. This is my, or I will write here services. Okay, I have written my services. I can write my services in list format. Okay, or products, or say whatever language I am proficient in, whatever things I do, I can write in list format. So in HTML today we are going to learn list as well, how to write down a list. There are 2 types of lists in HTML. One is ordered list, the second one is unordered list. Okay, let me write down lists in HTML. There are 2 types of lists. One is ordered list, the second one is unordered list. Ordered list, it is like 1, 2, 3 in order. Unordered list, you can see bullets. So let's first write down an ordered list. Okay, OL stands for ordered list. Now observe how I am writing a list. I give some indentations. Inside the ordered list we have to write a list item. Okay, so our list item is services. Say for example my services are I would prefer to keep this li in one line. Now let's write second li. Okay, so these are my services. Here you can see 1, 2, 3. I write down in OL and LI and it is visible as 1, 2, 3 here on my front end. Okay, so we learned to write down H1 tag. We learned to write down a paragraph. We wrote actually 2 paragraphs. Then we wrote a H2 tag. Then we wrote down a list, ordered list. Okay, let's write down an H3 tag. Okay, now it is about WordPress. Okay, I want to write something about WordPress. P. WordPress is a leading CMS platform to create websites easily. The most important reason why WordPress is so popular and preferred by more than 30% of internet is the huge and helpful community. Okay, so I wrote this down. See, I am writing about WordPress. I wrote in H3. I can write about another thing, digital marketing, because it is in my services, right? So I can keep on writing. I am putting the content. Okay, so I will write about digital marketing. So we have written these all things. We have written the heading, paragraphs, H2, list of services. If I change this OL to UL, okay, I change it to UL, and we should close UL only. We should not close OL, right? Now you can see the bulleted points come over here. The numbers have gone and the bullets are here, right? So how to change this design of bullet? You might be thinking that, right? That we will see later when we will learn CSS. Currently, observe this. Either we can have bullets or we can have numbers 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this is our document. Now, this is visible here. Consider this as a browser. But for example, if someone wants to see it in the browser only, so how can we see that? Okay, see this. Download this wave as a single HTML file. We can download it and we can view it in our browser, or download this wave as a zip file. Currently, I will download it as a single HTML file, but once I write CSS and I write JavaScript, I will have to download it as a zip, because CSS will be a separate file and JavaScript will be a separate file. Okay, so we will go and download this one as a single HTML file. Okay, this is a HTML file. It is usually opened in the browser. I use Chrome, Google Chrome. You can use Mozilla or whatever browser is of your choice. Let's open it in our browser and see. This is our HTML document. You have written a document. If you are following me, if you are writing code with me, you can see you have written a very perfect HTML document. Definitely we want to add images and other elements, say for example forms, to this HTML. We will learn it slowly, but in this first lesson you learned a lot of things, my friends. First of all, you learned what is HTML, CSS and JavaScript, how they are related to each other. The second thing that we learned is how we can write code, where to write the code and where to test the code, right? In order to write the code, either you will use a code editor, but that will be in future, okay? Presently, you use this simple tool on which can be opened on Chrome. Simple, right? Lightweb.com. In fact, I have logged in also over here. You can also create your account here. It is free, and you can save your waves. They call it as waves. It is actually HTML, CSS and JavaScript code, that package. You can save it on cloud. Okay, in fact we can team up with other people also. People can come and contribute to this code. Okay, if I click on this, it will tidy up my document. Wherever indentation is necessary, wherever spaces are not necessary, everything will be removed and added properly. Okay, So you can just click this tidy all. I really love this application. It is easy for beginners. Okay, so go with this and just save your wave. It's saved, and you can again download it, right? And that's it. Here is our hello world. My title is appearing here. This is H1. These are 2 paragraphs. This is H2. This is a unordered list. This is H3. This is another paragraph, and again H3 I have written. You can have multiple H2 and H3s on H4, H5, H6 elements on your page, but make sure that you're having only one H1 on your page. We don't have to confuse the search engines by giving them multiple H1. Okay, H1 is of utmost importance on your page, and each page should have one H1 element. I hope this first lesson was easy, and you will continue learning with me tomorrow as well. Okay, so stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hello everyone. If I was not looking into camera, I was looking on my system. So subscribe to my channel and support this channel. In fact, if you're having any questions, post it in the comment section below. I'll be really glad to help you. I am coaching students since a lot of days, okay, more than 3 years. So I know that when you will be doing things, you will be facing problems. So I am here to help you. Write down your questions in the comment section and I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks all for watching this video and stay tuned with me. We are going to learn a lot of things in coming days. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.